What causes bullying? How can I prevent my child from being a bully?
We don't have a really clear answer on what causes bullying, although we have some hints. We know, for example, that some children, we know all children, by the way, are born with a temperament, with kind of their factory, pre-wired nature. And we can change that nature, but it's hard. It's not easy. We know that even from the time they're babies, some babies are intense and some babies are very calm. Some babies are more assertive about letting you know what they need, and other babies are more retiring and will just wait until you can take care of them. And those same characteristics lead to a propensity, a tendency to be a bullying type, or a propensity, a tendency to be a more shy, retiring type. Those of us who are blessed with children who are more kind of out there, go-getters, aggressive, like to be in charge, like to be the boss and in control, those children are at risk for becoming bullies. If you're blessed with a child who's more shy and retiring, much less of a risk that they're going to become a bully. Because a lot of bullying, especially among girls, has to do with language. A child who has very strong language skills knows how to use the turn of a phrase to make people laugh or to make people cry is at greater risk for being a bully than a child who struggles with language. So what can we as parents and educators and communities do? Because no one is absolutely born a bully. They may be born with tendencies, but then, like is true of everything we do with our children, we shape them. We tune up their behavior. And we do that by modeling, by how we live our lives, so that if our children see us abuse our power to deliberately torment the dry cleaner, the butcher, the baker, the teacher, the principal, our neighbors, people in our own family, then they learn. We teach our children then that bullying is a reasonable way to accomplish your goals. We also model based on how we respond when we see bullying. We may not do it, but we see our older sibling mistreat a younger sibling. Do we turn a blind eye? Every time, by the way, as a parent or an educator, that we react with neutrality to children's behavior, children read that neutrality as a thumbs up. This is okay. I can continue to do this. So if our children bully in front of us, either to their siblings or to their peers, and we do nothing, they have every reason to believe that this is acceptable behavior in our family's world, and they will continue to do it. If you confront, you hear from the school, you hear from parents of your children's friends that your child is bullying, what can you do? Well, you need to talk with them, maybe not in the moment. You need to give them alternate ways to accomplish their goals socially. You need to teach them the rules of social discourse, of how do we get along in the world? How do we be a mensch? How do we become a good person with a kind heart? And that as a good person with a kind heart, we would never deliberately abuse our power to hurt another person. Even the best of children, by the way, even my own children, at times, inadvertently bullied others. And that was a time for a talk. And that was a time to say, how are we going to handle it? And I'll add one more thing. Prevention is worth about 20 tons of cure. Before your child becomes Bar Mitzvah age or Bat Mitzvah age, before the 8th grade Shabbaton or trip, that's the time to sit down with your child and talk about how do we as a family believe we should respond to invitations from people. Do we only go to parties of the people we like? Or is it kind of our job to go and celebrate the celebrant of every occasion? Do we ask to room at a school trip only with our friends? Or is it expected that we'll be more open and welcoming to others?